The recreational vehicle industry has a dirty little secret, and it lives in your kitchen. That cramped little galley you cook in, the drawers that fly open on every pothole, the 3-burner stove you can barely fit a single pan on. The industry looks at all of that and sees one thing: an excuse to sell you the $400 fix for a $9 problem. Here's the thing, almost every overpriced galley gadget on the dealer shelf has a cheaper cousin sitting at the hardware store, and that cheaper cousin usually works better and weighs less. So today we are auditing 7 dirt cheap kitchen hacks that beat the factory and beat the parts counter. The goal is to get you to stop overpaying for the RV tax and start thinking like an auditor. And the last one is so cheap it almost feels like cheating. Hack number 1, the spring tension rod. I want to start here because this is the gateway hack, the one that turns a skeptic into a believer in about 30 seconds. Walk into any dealership or browse any so-called RV accessory store, and you will find a refrigerator bar or a cabinet organizer system with the letters RV stamped on the box and a price tag somewhere between $30 and $40. The pitch is that your recreational vehicle is special, and special problems demand special products. Translation: you are paying for a label, not a function. A spring tension rod, the same one people use to hang a shower curtain, costs you somewhere between $3 and $9 at any hardware store. Wedge a couple vertically inside a deep cabinet and suddenly your plates and cutting boards stand upright instead of sliding into a single chaotic pile. Put one under the sink and you have an instant hanging rail for spray bottles, which frees up the floor of that cabinet entirely. No drilling, no tools, no permanent holes in a rig that loses resale value every time you take a screw to it. You can move them, reposition them, and add more for the price of a fast food meal. The corporate reason the branded version exists is the same reason it always does. You are a captive market. The dealer knows you're standing in their store, you have a problem right now, and they are betting you will not think to compare the shelf price to the version that actually works. Verdict: this is a label that says RV stapled to a part you can buy 3 of for the price of one. Start here, and you will never look at the accessory aisle the same way again. But the next one fixes a problem you have probably stopped even noticing because you assumed it was just part of RV life. Hack number 2, non-slip grip liner. You know the sound. You pull out of the campsite, hit the first stretch of bad road, and the entire cabin starts to rattle like a percussion section. Plates chattering, glasses clinking. That low, constant noise that follows you for the whole drive. Most owners assume that is just the price of admission, so they go looking for a fix, and the industry is more than happy to sell them one. There are RV branded anti-rattle pads and cabinet stabilizer mats that run $25 and up for a small set. The marketing leans hard on the idea that recreational vehicles vibrate differently, as if physics changes when you bolt wheels to a kitchen. Here's the thing: a roll of plain non-slip grip liner, the rubbery mesh stuff sold for kitchen drawers, costs around $5 and gives you enough material to line every shelf, every drawer, and every cabinet floor in the entire rig. You cut it to fit with scissors, you lay it down. That is the whole installation. The grip holds your dishes in place, kills the rattle, and protects your cabin surfaces from getting scratched to death over the years. One $5 roll does a job that the branded set charges you 5 times as much to do badly. Translation: the expensive version solves the same rattle in less space for more money because someone decided the word RV was worth $20 extra. Verdict: this is the silent rattle killer, and it is the single highest value $5 you will spend in your galley. The dealer's version and the version that actually works are, in this case, the exact same rubber mesh in a fancier bag. And speaking of space, the next hack is about reclaiming the room you did not even know you were wasting. Hack number 3, collapsible silicone gear. Cabinet space in a recreational vehicle is the most valuable real estate you own, and most owners fill it with rigid, bulky cookware that wastes the majority of that space on air. A stack of nesting pots, a hard plastic colander, a kettle, a dish rack. Every one of those things is mostly empty volume taking up a shelf. The RV Galley sets sold to fix this run anywhere from $60 to over $100, and half the time they are the same bulky items repackaged with a premium sticker. The hack is to replace your worst space offenders with collapsible silicone versions. A silicone colander that folds flat. A kettle that squishes down to the height of a hockey puck, measuring cups, mixing bowls, even a dish drying rack, all of them designed to collapse to a fraction of their working size. A multi-pack of these runs you about $20 to $30 total. When you collapse a colander from the size of a salad bowl down to the thickness of a paperback, you are not saving a little space. You are turning one crowded shelf into a shelf with room to spare, across an entire galley that adds up to an extra cabinet you did not have before. The only caveat, and I will always give you the caveat because that is what an auditor does, is to check the heat rating and confirm the silicone is food grade before you cook in it. The good ones handle high heat without a problem. The bargain bin ones sometimes do not, so read the label. Translation, you are paying rent on space you already own, and collapsible gear is how you stop. Verdict, this is the space multiplier, and it quietly gives you back the storage the factory floor plan stole. And if you are finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Now, with that space freed up, the next hack tackles the wall you have been ignoring. Hack number 4, command hooks and magnetic strips. Look at the vertical surfaces in your galley, the inside of cabinet doors, the wall above the counter, the side of the refrigerator. In most rigs, all of that is dead space, and the industry's answer is to sell you a drilled-in wall rack or a branded organizer system for $40 or more, which also means putting permanent holes in your walls. The hack costs you between $10 and $15 and puts not a single hole anywhere. Adhesive hooks, the removable kind, turn the inside of a cabinet door into a home for measuring spoons, oven mitts, and utensils. A magnetic strip, the type sold for kitchen knives, mounts on a wall and holds your knives safely off the counter, or holds a row of small steel spice tins right where you cook. Suddenly the counter you were fighting for is clear, and your most used tools are within arm's reach instead of buried in a drawer. The reason the branded racks exist is to make you believe that organization in a recreational vehicle requires engineering and installation. It does not. It requires admitting that the wall is storage you already paid for. The one rule here is to respect the weight rating printed on the hook. Adhesive hooks are strong, but they are not magic, and the rig in motion puts more stress on things than a house does. Match the hook to the load and they will hold for years. Translation, the dealer wants to drill your walls and charge you for the privilege. You can do it better with peel and stick for a quarter of the price. Verdict, this is found money on the walls, and it is reversible the day you sell. But the next hack is the big one, the upgrade that changes how you actually cook on the road. Hack number 5, the portable single burner. Let us talk about the factory range. That cramped little 3-burner propane cooktop that came with the rig. The one where the burners are jammed so close together that you cannot fit 2 real pans at the same time. It is the heart of the galley, and for a lot of owners it is the most frustrating thing in the kitchen. The industry solution is to sell you a whole upgraded cooking system built into the rig, and the cost of that is measured in the hundreds. The hack is a single portable burner, and it costs you somewhere between $40 and $60. You have 2 good options depending on how you camp. A portable induction burner is fast, precise, and produces no open flame and no cabin heat. Or a portable butane burner, the kind that runs off a small canister, gives you the same flexibility completely off the grid. The magic is not only the cooking surface, it is the freedom. You set it on the counter when you need a second burner. You take it outside to keep the heat and the smell out of the cabin on a hot day. You store it flat when you are done. One cheap appliance does what the cramped factory range never could. The caveat is power. Induction needs real electricity, which means shore power or a strong inverter, so check your setup before you buy that version. If you spend most of your time off-grid, the butane burner is the smarter pick. Match the tool to how you actually travel. Translation, the factory gave you a stove built for a brochure photo, not for cooking. $40 buys you the version that works. Verdict, this is the range upgrade the manufacturer should have given you in the first place. If this is already saving you money, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Now the next hack goes after the single biggest energy hog in the whole galley. Hack number 6, the electric multi-cooker. The propane oven in a recreational vehicle is a problem with 3 heads. It burns through your propane, it dumps a wall of heat into a tiny sealed cabin, and it bakes unevenly because it was never built to be precise. When owners go looking to fix it, the industry points them toward a built-in convection upgrade that runs $200 and up. The hack is an electric pressure cooker, the multi-function kind, and it costs you somewhere between $60 and $80. This one appliance replaces your oven for the vast majority of what you actually cook on the road. One-pot meals, rice, beans, stews, even baked dishes, all done in a sealed pot that uses a fraction of the energy and produces almost none of the cabin heat. For anyone who boondocks, who camps without hookups, that propane savings is real and it is constant. You are not feeding a hungry oven anymore. You are running one efficient pot. The caveat, again, is power draw. A multi-cooker pulls a meaningful load while it heats up. So this is a hack that pairs best with shore power, a generator or a stout battery and inverter bank. If your power setup can feed it, it pays for itself and save propane and save misery. Translation, the The factory oven is a propane furnace with a door. The multi-cooker is the version that respects your fuel and your sanity. Verdict: this is how you kill the oven and never miss it. And now we arrive at the last one, the hack that costs almost nothing and feels like cheating. Hack number 7, the over-the-sink cutting board. Here is the cruelest joke in the RV galley. Your sink takes up a big chunk of your already tiny counter, and most of the time you are not even using it. It sits there as a hole in your workspace, useful for about 10% of the time you spend in the kitchen. The industry, of course, sells a fix, a branded galley extender board cut to fit your specific sink, marked up to $35 or more because it has your rig's name on the listing. The hack costs under $15. An over-the-sink cutting board, or even a simple roll-up rack that sits across the basin, instantly covers that hole and turns your sink into solid counter space whenever you're not washing. You prep on top of it, you set hot pots on it. When you need the sink, you lift it off. When you are done, it drops right back down. This is the one that turns the most useless surface in the galley into the most used surface in the galley, and it does it for the price of 2 coffees. There is no real caveat here beyond getting the size right for your basin, which is why a slightly oversized board or an adjustable roll-up rack is the safe buy. Measure once, order, done. Translation: you have been working around a hole in your counter for years, and the fix costs less than the branded version of almost anything else on this list. Verdict: this is the cheating cheap counter doubler, and it is the perfect example of everything we have talked about today. So let us pull this together. The galley is the most over-marked up room in your entire rig. Almost every problem the factory built into it, and almost every solution the dealer sells you to fix it, has a cheaper and better workaround sitting in a hardware store, a kitchen aisle, or marine supply shelf. You do not have a special kitchen that demands special products. You have a small kitchen, and small kitchens have been solved for a very long time by people who never paid the RV tax. So here is your action plan, auditor style. First, before you buy anything with the letters RV on the box, stop and find the household, hardware, or marine equivalent. 9 times out of 10 it exists, it costs a fraction, and it works as well or better. Second, weigh before you add. Every pound you put in the rig is a pound off your real payload. So favor the lightweight, collapsible version of everything. Third, check the power draw on anything electric before you commit, and match the tool to how you actually camp, on grid or off. Do those 3 things and you will out-equip a galley that costs 6 figures using a budget that would not cover a single branded gadget. Stop overpaying for the RV tax and start thinking like an auditor. Let me know in the comments which hack you're trying first. And if you want to make smarter choices, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.